awake or asleep, whether I'm walking the streets or diving the ocean deep, whether it's winter or spring, whether I cry or sing, oh, my soul, remember.
Welcome to Unity, where love is felt, truth is taught, lives are transformed, and all is well as we express the Christ within.
And if y'all want to stand up, we'll do a little short opening song. This is a chant that's just a call and response. So I'll sing it and then you sing it after me each line. It's only 4 lines and we'll just repeat it a few times. And if you feel like it, you can do movements to it or dance to it. It's got a little bit of a groove. So I thought it'd be good to do this power chant as we come into our power for this new year of 2023. So I'll start. And you just repeat after me. I am the power in everyone.
I am the power in everyone.
I am the dance of the moon and the sun.
I am the dance of the moon and the sun.
I am the hope that never dies.
I am the hope that never dies.
I am the turning of the tide. I am the power in everyone.
I am the power in everyone.
I am the dance of the moon and the sun.
I am the dance of the moon and the sun.
I am the hope that never dies.
I am the hope that never dies.
I am the turning of the tide.
I am the turning of the tide.
I am the power in everyone.
I am the power in everyone.
I am the dance of the moon and the sun.
I am the dance of the moon and the sun.
I am the hope that never dies.
I am the hope that never dies.
I am the turning of the tide.
I am the turning of the tide.
Now let's see if we can just do it straight through, all in a row, all the lines. I'll give you the key word. It's power, dance, hope, and tide. 1, 2, 3, go. I am the power in everyone. I am the dance of the moon and the sun. I am the hope that never dies. I am the turning of the tide. I am the power in everyone. I am the dance of the moon and the sun. I am the hope that never dies. I am the turning of the tide. One more. I am the power in everyone. I am the dance of the moon and the sun. I am the hope that never dies. I am the turning of the tide. Oh. Great job, great job.
So, welcome to Unity of Gainesville. What a gorgeous, gorgeous morning for us to be here, and it's so nice to see so many smiling faces this morning. May this service bless you, bless each of you on your spiritual path. Those of you that are here in person, those of you joining us on Zoom or Facebook, and all of those that are with us in spirit. My name is Celeste Kroll, and I'll be guiding us through the sacred service this morning. And our speaker is Reverend Betty Martin Lewis, and our musician, Kathy DeWitt. We're so happy that both of you are here. And our prayer chaplain is Ann Young, who is in the back. And now we're going to have an opening prayer.
So let's take a deep breath and closing our outer eyes, just relax into that sanctuary in our heart. And taking another deep breath, letting go of any cares of the day, and being present to that amazing power of the sacred, divine creator, all that is, source of everything, flowing in and through us. And so we feel that presence in every cell and fiber of our individual being, and we feel that presence all around us in this beautiful gathering this morning. We feel the God seed that is here present, always available to us, the divinity that is the allness. And we give thanks knowing that we are spiritual beings having this temporary earthly experience. And so we embrace the spiritual nature, the spiritual essence within us, and we come here to support each other on our spiritual journey. And so we give thanks for this ministry, for all the people present here and online. We're so grateful to be together in oneness, together in oneness with each other and allness in God. God is in us, we are in God, and we are grateful. Amen and amen, and so it is.
Thank you, Reverend Betty. So at this time, we would like to see, do we have any first-time visitors? And if we do, could you please raise your hand if you're comfortable in doing so? And we do have 3 first-time visitors. So thank you so much for coming. Our prayer chaplain's just going to give you a welcome packet. Online visitors to our Zoom or Facebook may look at our website and learn all about us. We're so happy that you came, and I hope you really enjoy our service. We have a very special service today. I also want to say next week is a very special Sunday. We have a special visitor. His name is Charlie Thweet, and there are some flyers, I believe, outside about him. He is a musician. He's a phenomenal musician, and he's also going to be a guest speaker, and there will be a concert afterwards. So come hear his message on Flow, Flow, Flow Your Boat. So it sounds like that would be a lot of fun. And then his concert, the title from 1 to 2:30 is You're an Angel. That's the title of his concert. So bring friends and neighbors if you want, but I think it's going to be quite entertaining, and I think you'll get a lot out of it. So also for announcements, board meeting will be on the 4th Tuesday this month because they're going to be, the financial committee is planning the finances for the year, so that's why it's delayed a week. 4th Tuesday of this month. Also, Kathy, do you have a music announcement that you want to make?
Oh, yeah. David Roth is coming to town. A lot of you know him. He's an extraordinary singer, songwriter, and just a person. He's an amazing person, just really fun and engaging. And he's going to do a concert at the Theater of Memory, which used to be located in High Springs, and now it's reopened here in Gainesville. And it's a really neat place. It's actually a museum put together by Bill Hutchinson of all kinds of archaeological findings and giant shells from the ocean and different sculptures from Asia. And each room has its own theme with all these incredible objects in it. And then there's a room for concerts. And it's kind of a small room. It's very intimate and it's acoustic. It won't be plugged in. It'll be unplugged. So David and I'll be opening for him, and we'll probably do some things together, and we'll be unplugged. So it's a rare opportunity, and there's only 30 tickets, I think, so you might want to go ahead and get your tickets. It's online at theaterofmemory.org, or you can go visit them, which is worth a visit anyway. on 6th Street at 1735 Northwest 6th Street. They have a nice sign. And the date is January 27th. It's a Friday. So, yeah, it's coming up pretty soon.
Sounds great. Thank you so much. Reverend Betty, would you like to say just a couple words about the Zoom meeting that's coming up?
Well, just a few words. If anyone is interested in learning more about church finances, the board has scheduled some training so that we can get sort of what is the latest, best practices in finance management. So if you're interested in that, we're going to have a Zoom meeting on Monday evening starting at 6 o'clock. Just check the website, check the e-news, and you'll find the Zoom link that you can go to.
Thank you very much. So one other thing I want to add, particularly for our visitors, is prayer is an essential unity practice. And you're invited to stay after the service to pray with our prayer chaplain in the room that's on the left. Access is through the gathering room. But our prayer chaplain today is Ann Young, and she will be there waiting for you if you would like prayer. Also, don't forget, look on the bulletin board in the gathering room for our classes and events. For those of you online, please check our website. Or you can subscribe to our weekly e-blast for more information. More things are coming, more exciting things. And now I would like to introduce a wonderful Daily Word speaker, Christina Gilman, and she is going to read the Daily Word for us.
The daily word today is freedom. Can everyone repeat that after me? Freedom. Freedom. The divine presence within gives me freedom. The Bible verse reads, now the Lord is the Spirit, and where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is freedom. That's from 2 Corinthians 3:17. The Message reads, at times I may feel hemmed in by circumstances, limited by lack of opportunity, or faced with an unwelcome situation and no good choice. When that happens, I may feel anything but free. But rather than despair, I find my freedom in God and the limitless expression of my divinity. Shifting my perspective from the limits of the world to the expanse and perfection of spirit, peace fills me. I relax and remember that no earthly trouble is greater or more enduring than God. I claim the power of God and feel a strength beyond mere human strength, as moment by moment I release limiting beliefs and reclaim that power that I had given to my problems. Spirit lives in me and as me. This truth is my freedom. The divine presence within guides me to freedom. Let's repeat that together. The divine presence within guides me to freedom. And we remember the daily word, freedom.
Freedom. This is called Morning Song, and it's a co-write by Karen Drucker, Faith Rivera, and David Roth. I will surrender to my great greatest, highest good. I will release any fear that blocks my way, for every step I take is taken in pure faith. And I am stronger every moment, every day. My mind is willing and my heart is open wide. I trust my instincts and let Spirit be my guide. I vow to live a life that's real and true and free. As I continue walking in this mystery, and I am grateful every moment, every day. There may be walls, there may be roadblocks in my way, but I can choose to take a higher path each day. And now I know that what I thought was safe and sound was only habit and regret that held me down. I'm going to do the first verse again. Feel free to sing along if you know it. I will surrender to my greatest, highest good. I will release any fear that blocks my way. For every step I take, for every step I take is taken in pure faith. And I am stronger, and I am stronger every moment, every day. And I'm grateful. I am grateful every moment, every day. And I am kinder, and I am kinder every moment, every day.
Well, Happy New Year, everybody. We just, finished our annual ride around the sun, and we finished our first week of 2023. And I'm so glad to be here. I haven't seen you since last year. But you're looking good. You're looking really good. And it's exciting to start a new year, if we let it be. If we let it be. So I'd like us to set the intention that this is our best year yet. Now check your thoughts when I said that last sentence. Some of you went, yeah, I heard that. That was good. That was good. And some of you went, yeah, right. Maybe for her, but I got all this stuff going on. I got too many problems. I don't have enough time. I'm overwhelmed already. I just can't cope with the family issues I've got. I'm sad. I'm too cold. Wow. So one of our spiritual practices is always to kind of check in with what our mind is doing. What's in our consciousness? And last week we did the burning bowl, which was that releasing process, which you don't have to wait till once a year to do that. I mean, it can be a daily thing, right? Just releasing the thoughts, the feelings that don't serve you anymore. And that's how we can have our best year yet. It doesn't have anything to do with what's happening in Washington or what's happening, in the economic system or the educational system or in our relationships outside. I mean, it has to do with our consciousness. It has to do with seeing through spiritual eyes. To see with right seeing, to hear with right hearing. To keep the good in the forefront. To keep discovering what it means to be a spiritual being having this temporary earthly existence. That's how we can have our best year yet. Because we are masters of our mind. We are agents. We are not our thoughts. We are not our thoughts. We are the thinker, right? This is what we teach in Unity. And as we relax our personal will and really understand what it means, thy will be done. As Jesus said, thy will be done. I don't like it, but thy will be done. I can go there. I can make space. And so this is the opportunity to make space in your consciousness. To co-create with Spirit your best year yet. That doesn't mean you may not feel some sadness or some anger or some fear sometimes. That's going to happen because that human part of us picks up the vibes, But we can overcome. We are more powerful than our negative thoughts. We're more powerful than what's happening around us. It's how we react to it that matters. It's where do we put our power? If you give other people your power, then you're going to be in a victim modality and a victim mode, and the poor me in us will come out, and we all have that little character in us, right, as a part of our human psyche. But we can relax and release that victim mentality. We can overcome circumstances by looking for the lesson or the good or the gift that may be there, no matter what's happening outside of us. So that's what I wish for all of us, that we practice what we talk about every Sunday, that we practice these beautiful metaphysical principles. What Jesus taught is that we are one in God. God is in us, and with God all things are possible, right? So it is possible. Let's make space that it is possible. This is our best year yet. But we have to take charge of our life and not just sit around and mope and wait for something outside to change. It will change because we know that, the whole cosmos is rocking and rolling and just everything is changing outside. So while we may not be able to control the outside world, we can control how we react to it. We can overcome circumstances. And so this month, our theme for teaching is grace. And Carla introduced that beautiful divine idea of grace last Sunday. So we want to study that all month long, this idea of grace. That we don't have to earn it, we don't have to work for it, we don't have to beg for it. It's always possible to be in a state of grace, and it really just means being aligned in the flow of God. Charles Fillmore, who was co-founder of Unity, said, "Grace is the upward pull of the universe." The upward pull of the universe. And when we're in that flow, when we release what blocks us from feeling those vibrations of good that are just everywhere present, if we believe that God is good, then we are, it's up to us to not block that flow of good, to just relax into the flow of grace. So the affirmation I think it's on the Unity calendar, maybe, right, Carla? The affirmation is, grace is the upward pull of the universe, lifting me to heights of divine nature. Grace is the upward pull of the universe, lifting me to heights of divine nature, the essence of God. When we really get it, right? We got to get it, that we are of God and that God is in us. God is in us. Always that beautiful spiritual energy, that divine energy, the sacredness of God is within us always. And so as we go about our day-to-day activities, getting in touch with that every day, starting our mornings out with just releasing. You ever wake up and you go, I don't really want to get out of bed, and my body's not cooperating, or I'm just really still angry about this or that, or the very first thing, like we clear our thoughts. We release that negativity as we start our day, and we get into a routine of starting the day fresh. But the point is, when you connect with your thoughts, when you connect with your mind, you can start anytime. Push the reset button, right? Push the reset button. There have been many times I've gotten up grouchy and looking for a cup of coffee as soon as I can get it in my body, and then fussing about something. And then when I wake up, and this means waking up spiritually, I realize I have the power to decide how I'm going to spend my day. Am I going to walk around mopey all day and irritated and fussy and negative? Or do I want to have a blessed day? I have the choice every day to make that decision. It's a freeing thing. I love the daily word. It's freeing to know that we have this power. And it's a simple thing. It doesn't cost anything. It doesn't even require a lot of effort. It's just a shift in consciousness. And so that's why we practice over and over being aware of our thoughts and making that shift intentionally. And any troublesome problem that we're facing, we can solve using our divine wisdom, our divine understanding. We can solve it with divine love. We can call upon our powers within us when we clear out the old and see ourselves as powerful spiritual beings. So this is the year to keep practicing that right now, right here, today, going out and practicing that. And one author talked about grace as feeling a bit like doing really hard physical labor, and then out of nowhere, something lifts us up and relaxes us and shifts. You ever felt that kind of thing? And so we want to embody grace. We want to be aware of it. And sometimes we're in a flow of grace and we don't even acknowledge it. We'd rather stay in our mind making up a story that somebody did us wrong, or, got shortchanged on this, or, we're angry about that, so if you just keep playing those same old stories in your mind, you're going to have that same old experience, right? We know that the thoughts that we have attract other thoughts. We just keep on that little treadmill. So let's look at grace as a sacred gift that we can have every day and every moment. Learn to do that shift. If we can be present in the moment to whatever's going on, and then be clear about what's in our mind and how we're feeling. The feelings help us tip off. I have learned early on when I guess one of the classes I took years ago was, be aware of your feelings and then ask yourself, if you're feeling down, what is the thought behind this feeling? What's the thought I'm holding in my mind behind this yucky feeling? And that will help you unravel and let go of the thought, which then changes the feeling, which then frees you up to create the moment you want to have, the day you want to have, the year you want to have, the year you decide to have. So we walk away today thinking about our power, our spiritual power. And in Corinthians, the Apostle Paul wrote, "For if anyone is in Christ," and in unity we call the Christ, it's the Christ consciousness that's in us, and we can also call that the higher power. We can also call it the I am. There are so many words for that beautiful spiritual nature within us. So we say, if we're in flow with that beautiful spiritual nature within, the Apostle Paul said, then we are a new creation. We're a new creation. We can be a new creation many times during the day, because everything old can pass away and we become new beings. And so that's what I wish for us in this new year. And so to help us get started on the new year, we've done some releasing last week. And if you weren't here last week, or if you haven't done a burning bowl ceremony, that's just something, it's a traditional thing we've done in Unity. And so you can do it, like I say, on your own in any way that works for you to say, I'm releasing the old stories. Releasing the old stories. When you start ruminating on something that somebody did to you yesterday, or and sometimes in my family I hear people talking about 20 years ago. They still haven't released, some grudge they had against somebody. I have someone who's talking about, my sister-in-law gave me a recipe that was intentionally missing an ingredient so I wouldn't cook better than she did, and blah, 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 blah. And I'm going, 20 years ago? What? So let's let it go, let those old stories go. It's time to let them go, okay? And be a new creation in God. We are a new creation. So we're going to do this white stone ceremony this morning, which is an opportunity to listen within to that still small voice that we know is the divine voice of God, speaking to us, whispering to us some insight, a new name for the new year. And it's a ritual that we've been doing in Unity for many, many, many years. It comes out of the biblical verse in Revelations, let anyone who has an ear listen to what Spirit is saying. To everyone who conquers, I will give some of the hidden manna, and I will give a white stone, and on the white stone is written a new name that no one knows except the one who receives it. So we're going to prepare ourselves to receive some divine wisdom this morning. And you'll be receiving a white stone in a moment where you can hold it and let it be a symbol of starting fresh this year with a new insight, a new name that you can take forward. Now, the metaphysical meaning of this biblical revelation, let anyone who has an ear listen to what Spirit is saying to the churches, is the phrase in the Bible. And so the word church means the Lord's house, which represents our consciousness. We're a temple. Our body temple, our mind is a temple of God. And so when we are aware of those beliefs and ideas, then we want to discern that there are things we may want to release, and then we can allow the new word to come in, the new words of truth to come in. We hear with right hearing. That's what that means. So let anyone with an ear hear the truth. That's what that means. And to everyone who conquers, I will give the hidden manna. So what that means is that we're meant to conquer our thoughts and beliefs that are negative. We want to overcome and release those thoughts and beliefs that are holding us back from our good, from our highest good, from the truth of who we are as spiritual beings. And manna represents divine substance. It is that divine energy that stands under everything that is created. There is divine energy, divine substance. And when we tap into that substance, we become creators. We create what we would love to see in our life and on this planet and for the time that we're here on this earth. And the phrase, I will give a white stone with a new name written on it, known only to him who receives it. This is, in the time of Jesus, a practice that when a prisoner was released from prison in those days, he or she was given a white stone, which was symbolizing freedom, to prove that there was a release from prison and that it was a bona fide freedom that the person had. So if anyone was challenged along the road, walking along the road, and somebody recognized them as maybe a former prisoner, they might accost them and say, okay, have you escaped from prison? And the person could reach in their pocket and show their stone and say, no, I have been released, because there was a symbol perhaps on the stone or a date on the stone of the release. So this symbolizes that we have overcome a challenge, this beautiful white stone. It's a symbol of transformation and spiritual evolvement. And today you're going to have a word that you can put on the stone. And so we'll be going into meditation and listening to that still small voice. Give us a word. So last year I remembered that my word was see, and it was interesting. I didn't know if it was S-E-E or S-E-A. And so I booked a cruise. And actually through the year, I felt like I was being given, some new way of seeing as well. So I held that word all year. And I actually had it in my kitchen. I had it leaning up on one of a little pedestal I had in my kitchen. So every day I would see my stone and read my symbol, my new name on it. So that's what we'll do. And I remember one friend of mine years ago, she heard the word whispered to her, spider, and she didn't like that. What may happen is you get a word you don't like. Actually, that's good news, because it's really going to mean something new and different. So she put the word spider there, and she actually started noticing spiders around her house, and she had there was one on the outside near her eaves or something outside, and she didn't want to kill it, and I was living in California at the time, and so she would talk to that spider. But what happened was she began to see the connection between the web that the spiders made, and that the real message was about networking out into the world for her to make new friends and to build a network. And she was into crafting. She loved crafting, and so she actually created a little crafting group, a network of new friends to work with. And she said it was one of the most exciting years for her because she pulled in new people into her life through this idea of the spider. So it can work in many different ways. Whatever word comes to you, or a symbol, it might be a picture for you, it might be a symbol, it might be a song that you hear echoing to you. So you won't have any preconceived ideas. You're going to open and empty your mind so the new word can come to you. And we'll be going into meditation. But first, we're going to actually bless these stones that come from Jerusalem. The little square stones come imported from Hebron near Bethlehem. And we're going to have the chaplain bring them up so we can bless the stones. And then we'll give them out to each of you, and then we'll go into meditation. So just holding these stones up and holding our hands over them, let's all get ready to bless the beautiful stones, knowing that they symbolically represent our willingness to open mind, hearts, and bodies to God mind. And so we say, in the flow of the one power, one presence, divine mystery, the source of all that is, we together bless these beautiful stones. And we give thanks in advance for this new year ahead. We affirm that as we are open to receive a word or symbol coming forth in our consciousness, it will help us shift and rise up in consciousness to focus our energy for a fulfilling new year. And so we bless these beautiful stones, and so it is. And now the ushers will pass these baskets, and take a stone that calls to you. There may be some river stones in there. There may be some square stones. Take a stone that calls to you. You may not have anything to write with today, but so you can take it home and then maybe get a magic marker or something and write your word on it. But as the word will come to you, or the symbol or the song, whatever, you can associate that on your stone. And so holding your stone, let's go now into meditation. And first we'll relax our body, getting comfortable in feeling that chair supporting you. There's nothing you need to do, nowhere you need to go right now, just freeing up your mind and your body. And just for a moment now, focus on the bottoms of your feet. Feel your feet planted on the floor beneath you. Notice if they are warm or cold. Notice if they're tingling or vibrating in any way. And just breathe into your feet, feeling the soles of your feet relaxing. Just for a moment now, notice each and every toe and let it relax. And feel connected to the earth beneath this floor. And know that we are grounded to the earth. Mother Gaia, this beautiful earth energy, is flowing upward into our feet, soothing them, relaxing them. Feel that energy moving upward into your body. And feeling more and more relaxed, now you imagine in your mind's eye this beautiful shimmering ball of light at the top of your head, up over the top of your head, the crown of your head, this shimmering, beautiful ball of light vibrating. And breathing that light in, the sacred energy of God mind into your top of the crown of your head, the crown chakra. This beautiful light represents divine wisdom, divine love. And feel the warmth of the glow of that light as it moves down through your head, into your body, bathing every cell, every tissue, structure, system in your body, helping you clear the way for increased, expanded love and peace and joy. And breathe it all the way down into your feet. And remembering now at this moment that you are a being of sacred light, sacred energy, that you are God's beloved. And embrace that feeling so that your body feels a sense of lightness. And your spirit is filled with joy and acceptance and openness to the possibility of this being your best year yet. And we affirm now that the old has passed away. It has served its purpose, and without judgment, we just release the past. And now we'll go into a sacred silence. And opening space to hear or see a new name that Creator Spirit God is writing on your stone. And just be open to whatever comes up, sinking into that pure awareness of what is coming through you. And so very slowly now, just bring your attention back to the present room, remembering any word or impression or symbol, any idea that came into your mind, and just write with your finger the word that is coming to you on your stone, so that later you can emboss it with a pen. And we know that the Christ within us, our higher power, is whispering, I will make all things new. For you are my beloved, in whom I am well pleased. And this stone is a symbol, a promise of starting anew and setting an intention for the best year yet. And God is blessing all of us. And so we go forth now, shining our divine light and expressing our divine powers. And so it is. Amen and amen.
I hope you got as much out of that as I did. I thought that was beautiful. Thank you so much, Reverend Betty. And hopefully this is going to guide you through this next year. I love the idea of having it on your kitchen sink so you get reminded of that every day. At this time, we embrace the principle of giving as a spiritual practice. You're invited to take your love offering in your hand, or imagine it if you've already given. And now we will bless our gifts, knowing that as we give, our blessings are multiplied. So please repeat after me. Divine love, expressed in me, through me, as me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Let us now give thanks for the continued growth and prosperity of our beautiful ministry. Hold these words in your heart. Unity of Gainesville, Florida is richly blessed and in the flow of universal abundance. We give thanks that just the right people with loving hearts and skills to help us grow are attracted to join us. We accept the good that enriches us and all with whom we have contact. We are prosperous, loving, and healthy, joyfully co-creating an abundant life. And so it is. And now some music. And Miss Gwen is coming.
Oh! This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
I was just gonna say, you got a stone, but look what
She's adorable. All right,
Goodness.
let us join together in blessing our children and the children of the world. So please repeat after me. Children, we love you.
Children, we love you.
We bless you.
We bless you.
We appreciate you.
We appreciate you.
And we see the Christ presence within you.
And we see the Christ presence within you. We love you. We love you. Really, really love you. Mwah.
All right, so in closing, let's form a circle, and we're going to sing the peace song, and then we will speak the prayer for protection.
Good. I don't think we're joining hands, though. We'll see. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
Now the prayer for protection.
The light of God surrounds us, the love of God enfolds us, the power of God protects us, and the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.
Bring it on. Everything new, everything different, everything true. I am ready for my next thing